10 amazing facts about pythons you didn't know. Although they are popularly kept as pets all over the world, there are still so many things that we don't know about pythons. So in today's video, we will be taking a look at 10 amazing facts about pythons you probably didn't know before. Number 10. Pythons are not good swimmers. Although most snakes are great swimmers, this is not true for pythons. Due to their body shape, they cannot swim well and would rather crawl than swim. Even when they are in water, they tend to stay close to the surface because they can easily drown if they go deeper. This is why it is never a good idea to keep your pet python in an aquarium filled with water. Instead, you should provide them with a large tub or container. As much as they love basking and soaking in water, they aren't great swimmers. Number 9. They have poor eyesight. Contrary to popular belief, pythons have very poor eyesight. Their eyes are vertically oriented, which allows them to see better in the dark. But the fact still remains that they cannot see too well, and this is why they rely more on other senses, like their sense of smell. Pythons do not have eyelids, and this also impairs their vision. However, they are able to make out shapes and forms through their vision, but distinguishing colors is something they can't do. Also, since they are ambush predators, their eyesight doesn't really matter too much. No. 8. They can go without food for a long time. One advantage of having a python as a pet is that they can go without food for a long time. In fact, a lot of people who have them as pets usually feed them once every 2 weeks. And even then, the snake won't really seem to mind. Unlike dogs and cats, pythons do not need to eat daily in order to stay healthy. In the wild, they might go without food for months and only eat when they find prey. It is advised that you should always consult with a vet first before changing your python's feeding schedule. No. 7. Pythons have no teeth. You might not have realized this before, but pythons actually have no teeth. You may think that the sharp objects you see protruding from their upper jaw are teeth, but they are actually hollow tooth sockets. The only thing that serves as their teeth are the scales bordering their lips. These scales are modified to serve as teeth, and they use them to tear up flesh. When they are eating, these scales also help them hold on to their prey as it tries to escape. So basically, when you are petting a python, you are actually rubbing your fingers against its teeth. No. 6. Pythons are only found in Africa, Asia, and Australia. There are over 400 species of pythons in the world, but all of them are found in only 3 continents. They can be found in countries like South Africa, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, India, Malaysia, Vietnam, the Philippines, and Australia. There are also a few species of pythons that can be found in southern parts of the United States. However, this is due to human intervention and not natural habitat. Pythons are mostly absent from Europe, North America, and South America. No. 5. Male and female pythons look different. It is easy to tell the difference between male and female pythons just by looking at them. Female pythons are usually larger and more bulky than the males. This is because they have to carry their eggs inside their bodies until they hatch. Males are usually smaller and more slender than the females. Another way to tell the difference between male and female pythons is by looking at their heads. The males usually have larger heads in proportion to their bodies than the females. You can also check their tails to tell the difference, as the tails of the male pythons are longer than the female ones. No. 4. They are carnivorous. Pythons are strictly carnivorous, and they mostly feed on mammals and birds. Some pythons are also known to eat fish and reptiles. Basically, any animal that fits into their mouth is food for the python. Pythons kill their prey by constricting them. They don't chew their food, so they swallow it whole. Their jaws are flexible enough to allow them to swallow prey larger than their heads. Sometimes it takes pythons several days to digest their food, and during this time, they don't eat or drink anything. The temperature of the python determines how fast its food will be digested. A higher temperature means faster digestion. No. 3. They have super flexible jaws. Unlike humans, pythons have super flexible jaws that enable them to eat animals bigger than their heads. Their jaws are connected to their bodies by ligaments, which makes it possible for them to unhinge their jaws and swallow big chunks of meat. The flexibility of their jaws also helps them to sense where their prey is at all times. Their jaws contain special receptors that pick up vibrations and transmit them to the brain, which then interprets them. So thanks to these flexible jaws, pythons can easily find where their prey is, even if they are buried underground. Number 2. Python skin can be used to make leather products. Python skin is used to make high-quality leather products like belts, shoes, bags, wallets, jewelry, and clothing. Most python farmers rear the snakes specifically for their skins. Once the python reaches the desired size, it is killed and its skin is removed. However, due to the poor quality of python skin compared to other snakes, they are usually crossbred with other snakes so as to get high-quality leather. The reticulated python is the most commonly farmed species because it grows faster than others and has larger scales. In some places, python farming is illegal because the snakes are endangered. So if you buy python leather products, they should come with CITES permits, which shows that they were legally obtained. No. 1. Some people keep them as pets. More and more people are keeping pythons as pets, especially the reticulated python and the ball python. These two species are the most common pythons that you will find in the pet trade. Pythons are relatively easy to care for, and this is why they're loved by many. They don't require frequent feeding, and their housing requirements are pretty simple. You can train your python to become friendly and even allow it to roam freely in your house. Just be careful not to step on it accidentally. In some countries like the UK, owning a python as a pet is illegal unless you have a license. The reason for this is that pythons are considered dangerous and the owners are required to take extra precautions when handling them. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our video, let us know in the comments section below. Please share and like the video. Also make sure to subscribe for more awesome videos. See you next time.